Welcome back to another Madden 25 rebuild. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. It's been a while since we've done a challenge rebuild. It's been a while since we've done a fantasy draft rebuild in general, and I decided that today would be that day. But we're going to be getting some help from ChatGPT, of course. Before it takes over the world, let's have it take over a rebuild. So today we're going to be doing a fantasy draft rebuild with ChatGPT. We're going to be getting the positions that they think, the AI thinks, I'm already saying they like it's a real thing, that it thinks we should take in order. If we have some ideas like, oh man, I don't know if I want Pat Surtain or, Tariq Woolen or something, I might ask ChatGPT that as well. Of course, as far as after the draft goes, we'll probably have it decide some of our, draft positions for the rookie CPU classes, maybe some free agents, maybe some re-sign stuff. We'll see as it goes. Because at the same time, I do need this to be possible, because it might just be like, oh yeah, high overall, re-sign them. But we'll see. We'll see how smart this thing is. Of course, been using AI a little bit here and there, Chupacabra's logos and whatnot. I have had some AI in there. And if you guys end up enjoying this video, want some more stuff like this, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. But I will say before we get into this, do it the shout out C4, who did do this like 2 years ago, rebuilding the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, guy has a lot of great rebuild ideas and in general, great content. So check him out if you haven't already, which I imagine you have. Anyways, let's go over to the thing gonna take everyone's jobs. Hey, welcome job taker bot. First things first though, we do need to see which team we should use. So I'm going to be asking the questions. Hopefully it gives me something cool. Let's see, rebuilding a team. Five. I don't want all. Well, we'll just use the Cardinals. Okay, they're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't care, dude. We're randomizing Bears, Falcons, Commanders, Titans, Cardinals. They said Cardinals. That's Cardinals in my book, baby. All right, the Cardinals it is. Should we change the name? We probably should. And of course, now we're in the fantasy draft, meaning we need to know who or what position to draft. And I think that's a pretty damn good question, so let us go in. It's going to give me, here's a great question. Blah, I don't care, dude. You don't got to act like you're real and I'm real. I guess I am real, but damn it, no. Dude, why is it so smart? Okay, tackle in the first. You don't play Madden, buddy. All right, it's okay. Wide receiver, cornerback. So the first two positions make sense. Quarterback, Wiley. Yeah, I don't need to know why. All right, I understand. Edge rusher. It does say DN, so it's like, so it knows. It knows that I want to run a 4-3. Tackle, I get it, right? It searched up what's the most important positions on a football field. Not really what Madden is about. You don't really need tackle, so not perfect. Safety at 7 is crazy. Linebacker at 8, we always go way later. 10 to 12 for running back, fair enough. Another wide receiver, 10. Does say tight end, so I kind of get the choice there. Development pick, so young player at 13, which is kind of a randomer. The hell is this? Positional traps? Wait until later rounds? Oh, void. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I was hoping for a little bit more, but I mean, they give us the first 13, maybe 14 picks. Also, backup quarterback with superstar dev in round 18 to 25. Are you crazy? So they basically gave us the first 18 picks, realistically. I sort of, kind of. But, let's get into it. All right, so we are entering the draft. What pick do we have? Pick 24. So we have to take a QB at 24. CJ Stroud went 22. Not exactly sure who's going to be here still, if anyone. Do have Jordan Love. Okay, I feel like we get Jordan Love a lot in these rebuilds. Could go Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Cam Ward, Shador Sanders. I mean, you pretty much have no choice but to go Jordan Love, right? I mean, he's the best here. I think Baker might still be superstar, but 29 years old is just too old. So I think it will be quarterback Jordan Love as our QB1. Hey, I don't make the rules. I like to have a little bit more of a challenge. AI says QB. I take QB. Unfortunately, we got QB, pretty late. Could have had CJ Stroud. Kind of got unlucky. Then it does say pass rush. Edge, if you will. We do see Will Anderson there. Definitely a good choice. Let's take a look at all of our options, though. Greg Rousseau, Will Anderson are kind of your best at left end. Right end is Danielle Hunter and Joey Bosa. Looking at left out, you have Brian Burns. That's a pretty good option. And then right out, Khalil Mack, Alex Highsmith, Jared Verse. So, I mean, I think it's pretty clear-cut right now, at least, that it's Will Anderson. But you could make an argument for Greg Rousseau. I do like Will Anderson a lot, though. 22 years old. You can't really go wrong with 22. 89 finesse versus, what was Highsmith? Alex Highsmith was 89 finesse as well. Block shot's low. Yeah, I don't think this is really much of an argument. Not even going to go to ChatGPT for this one. This is going to be just Will Anderson straight up. And then their first kind of bad suggestion, which is to go tackle. Again, if you're actually using the team, I don't hate the choice. I think tackle actually is probably really smart, but as far as like, rebuilding the team goes, probably don't need to go tackle this high. Tunsil is 30, so you definitely could use him. Then on the other side, you have Lane Johnson, Zach Tom. Lane Johnson is unfortunately 34, so definitely not going to go that route. Also, don't rule out Zach Tom here, as he is very young. 25 years old, 87 overall, looks great. Power blocking is not the best, but he's a tackle, so that's, you don't really mind too much about that. Left tackle, though, Tunsil is an interesting option. You do have Andrew Thomas, who's still young enough at 25. I thought he was 26, 27, actually, to be fair. I know he's young, but I thought he was a little bit older than that. That's actually really good. It's a tough one because I almost feel like you should go Laramie Tunsil. He's 30 years old. We usually do 5-year rebuild anyways. Could retire for that 5th year, but not for sure. 95 overall, man. That is a hard player to pass on. Or do I go even crazier and just take Joe Alt? This is a reach, though. It is absolutely a reach. They don't tell us to go tackle again for the rest of this thing, so I'm going to go Joe Alt in round 3. Oh my, that is a jump. Then it says to go wide receiver, which we actually do have a lot of options still. Drake London, Chris Olave, JSN, and then maybe Rashee Rice. I see him develop pretty nicely usually, but you could also drop all the way down to, where the hell even is he? He's an 89, or 79, Marvin Harrison Jr. This one, I think we're going to have to go to ChatGPT for. There's too many, I mean, they're just all looking good. I would personally probably go Drake London, but I don't know. All right, I have the question loaded up. Let's see what it says. Comparison. Oh my god, it knows things. Bruv, it's over. AI's taking over, dude. It's over. It literally chose the lowest overall, but because he has X Factor, which I don't even know how it knows he has X Factor, looking at freaking Madden ratings, it knows Marvin Harrison Jr. is the guy. Oh my god, and this is immediate. Chris Olave, that brother. That is probably the smartest move. If you're not going Marvin Harrison for long term, Olave, because he is the fastest of those options, is probably the best of the bunch. It's over, dude. We're done. We're cooked. All right, Marvin Harrison Jr. It knows because he's an X Factor that he will have the highest ceiling of the bunch. All right, the next one is cornerback. Let's see, the cornerback's probably going to be pretty bad at this point. You do have Newsome, okay. Greg Newsome, Lanier, Cam Taylor, Britt. Is there any, like, younger options? Still is there, but he obviously is normal dev. Nate Wiggins is not a bad option either. Might go to Chet for this one as well. Will Johnson's interesting. Yeah, not a great group of cornerbacks here. How old is Greg Newsome? 24? 24, 82 overall. He's good, but he's not great. You know what I mean? He's good, not great. I'm going to have to look through some of these options, and if I can't decide, you know where we're going. You know what? Wiggins actually has really good ratings, and obviously he's super young. I'm going to go Wiggins. I'm not even going to ask. But at the same time, I have a feeling that it would have also said Wiggins because he has the highest potential, and he's insanely fast. DT was the next choice. Kobe Turner is there, so we do have some youthful options. I say youthful with like a weird connotation because Turner is already 25, I believe, which for barely playing in the league, that is crazy, but worth it. You do have Wilkins as well, though, so I mean, I might actually choose a little bit of an older player here because the DT landscape is very strange right now. Like, it is really weird. Like, if I'm not going Kobe Turner, I could go all the way up to Wilkins here, who is like 28, yes, but an 87 overall. I mean, that's a 4 overall jump. Buckner's also good, but he is a little older at 30. I've seen this guy last a long time, though. That is not what I meant. I like Kobe Turner quite a bit, though, at 25. That's going to be my choice. And we're a little bit of a lower overall team right now, let me tell you. Next pick, though, pick I definitely don't love, safety. Safety. I might at the end of this thing yell at ChatGPT for giving us such a low overall, but that's for another time. Some pretty good options here. You got Hufanga, Holland, Petrie. Cameron Bynum's not terrible, but those 3 names would be the main names I think about. And then strong safety. Brisker's not bad, but he's more of a a run stopper than a coverage guy, and those just aren't the guys that I develop well. We do have Delpit and then Merrig. How old is Merrig now? 25? Debating this one. I'm thinking you're going free safety. Hufanga might be the best option here. 24, good coverage, good rate hit power. Holland, he's 25 now, right? No, he's also 24. Really good, too. This might be a chat. This might be a chatter. Petrie, 25. I think we're going to chat for this one. 50-50. I would probably lean Hufanga, though. All right, here we go. What is it going to say? I think it's going to say Hufanga because they're both pretty much the same. Well, their dev traits aren't superstar, you liar. Box safety, run forcer, versatile. Yeah, I mean, they both can cover, but you would argue that Holland is the better cover guy. But it doesn't say what we would want. They're both like it's saying the same. Holland is more flexible and harder to find later in the draft. True coverage safeties with speed are rare. Hufanga gives you a Troy Polamalu vibe, but you'll need to pair him with a true coverage safety. Verdict for most rebuilds. Draft Javon Holland. All right. I think ChatGPT got this one wrong. What's the man coverage? 72. 62 block shed, 85 awareness versus Holland, who is... Yeah, he is way better in man coverage, and his block shed's not much worse. See, I didn't even pay attention to man coverage at first. AI knows more than I do. It is what it is, you know? I still think Hufanga probably is the guy most people would choose over Holland in this case, but I don't hate either of them. So, Javon Holland it is. Now, in round 8, they're saying linebacker. This one, I would say, is going to be a little easier to hit. It could also go, to be fair... it says middle linebacker / coverage. I can't cheat this system. They know. They knew what they were doing, all right? They did not allow me to have a chance. This one might be a bit of a reach. Oh, Jeromepkr is a 79 overall. That's right. Not really a reach. Could go Leo Chanel as well. Devin Lloyd. It's going to be hard to pass on Devin Lloyd. He's already 25, though. That's the problem. Like, I like Devin. Man, I really do want someone new and different. Leo Chanel might be our choice. Leo Chanel looks great. I'll probably put him in middle linebacker anyways, even though it's not exactly the perfect fit. How good is Jeromepkr, though? Because he can win Rookie of the Year still. He's 22. Does it show the archetypes? Pass coverage 79, field general 78. Leo Chanel is... I don't know, because he's a run stopper. Leo Chanel is the better player. We're going Leo Chanel. Someone a little different, too. We usually go Jeromepkr when we have a chance. And now it's saying to go running back. We should still have some options here, though. I'm not too worried about it. Bucky Irvin, Devon A-Chain, ETN, Genty. Problem with Genty is I don't think I would be changing the devs because I don't think it really is fair to do that. But at the same time, it kind of ruins the players not doing that. But Genty would have been gone by now if he was superstar dev. So it's like I can't really do that. Bucky Irvin's a different type of running back. We don't usually grab him. He has only 89 speed, though. He's very solid looking in real life. I'm surprised 83 is his only rating here. Maybe I don't have the updated roster. I'm pretty sure I do. Got the rookies in here after all. Damn, I really wish we had somebody with superstar dev, but we just don't. Screw it, we're going to go A-Chain. A-Chain's going to be our guy. I don't really love him in Sim, but I don't have much of a choice here. Then they say we should go either wide receiver or tight end. So giving us a little bit of flexibility here. I appreciate it. Thank you, AI Overlord. Wide receiver, not looking great, but you could go Igbuka. Again, I think I would be going Matthew Golden as well. I think I'd be going with normal dev for these guys. I don't want to change them. Oh, Kyle Pitts. Tight end really doesn't matter that much in Sim. It is completely... I mean, most of these guys don't matter. It's completely playbook related, but yeah, you can't pass on Kyle Pitts when he's there. You have no choice. Got to take him. Now, the next one, another more flexibility. O-line. They're thinking center guard. Yeah, maybe misinterpreting this a little bit, but it's hard to say because it says rounds 10 to 12. It's like, oh, they must mean they want me to take, a bunch of linemen, but they say that for running back as well. They're not telling me to take running back rounds 10 through 12, So we do get a little bit of flexibility here, but at the same time, we're going to fall short of the quota needed to fill a full roster. So at some point, we're going to have to double back and get some players, but there's some pretty damn good linemen here still at guard and center. We'll just have to see who we want the most. Oh my lord, I forgot freaking Zeitler is still here at 34 years old. Pooney's still really good too, though, so I might take Pooney. 24 years old. I'm not sure why he's still here. Right guard is popping off. We're going to take Dominic Cooney. He's good. Very good. Then it says to take cornerback 2/3, which hopefully Terrion Arnold's still here, because if not, you got Renardo Green. He's only normal, though, I believe. He is. Damn. That's unfortunate. Really thought we were going to land like a goated corner. That man ain't there anymore. Oh, yes, Terrion Arnold. See, here's the thing. I'm going to play it by ear, I think, actually. Because if Terrion Arnold's still here at star, Jahdae Barron at star, I think, is fair. Right? They're both 76 overall. Barron's 23, but I do want someone different. That zone coverage is horrible, actually. I don't know. Maybe I do just take Terrion Arnold. Deontay Banks is there, too. Yeah, we're just going to take Terrion Arnold and call it a day. Guy never gets loved in Madden Sim. He's always let go to free agency for some reason. He's usually a pretty good overall, but Terrion Arnold's going to be cornerback number 2. It is crazy, though, how it tells you about positional traps like kicker, punter, fullback, third running back, fourth wide receiver. For our thing here, it didn't give us more than 13 picks. I'm going to ask again and see if it'll give us more than 13 picks. Because right now it's just saying developmental picks, rounds 18 through 25, backup QB with superstar dev, 90-plus wide receiver DB, pass rusher with good traits, O-line, and with 90-plus strength. Maybe I'll listen to those until we get a full squad. How about that? I mean, you can't get backup quarterback with superstar. It's not going to happen. Wide receiver with 90-plus speed. That we can do. Matthew Golden. Believe it or not, I think he has better than 90-plus speed. Believe it or not. Matthew Golden, wide receiver 2. Then it says DB with 90-plus speed, which we already have 2 corners. We need a safety, though. Was Bullard still there? I saw Bullard a second ago. I don't know if he's still there. Bullock and Bullard. Oh, no! Bullard's not 90 speed. Oh, that sucks. It looks like we're going to go Bullock. Ooh, we do have Nick Eman-Warrior, and there is a lot of players still here with star dev. So Nick Eman-Warrior, and he's going to be moved to star development trait. That's our guy. Kind of raw, but haven't really gotten to use him. So, boom. And then it says pass rushers with good traits. I don't know if good traits is going to be around anymore, but we should still get pass rushers. Chop Robinson, he's still star dev, so could go Jalen Walker and put him at star dev. I think it's fair. If there's still star devs, young players nearby, when you're taking these players, I think it's fair. It's absolutely fair. We still need a DT, by the way. Michael Williams could be a little bit of a different name for us. But what if instead I actually just straight up go Chop Robinson? How about that? 21 years old, looks good. I'm just gonna straight up take Chop instead of going for Jalen Walker. How about that? Change it up. And now it's saying O-line with 90-plus strength, which currently we are with, 2 linemen? So we'll look for some offensive linemen with 90-plus strength. Hey, look, I already found one. Trent Brown. Not bad. And then, honestly, this O-line situation is kind of tough. There's not a single guy that's hidden development trait or star dev. You have Steve Avila, and then you have a bunch of rookies, but you can't make the argument that these guys should be star dev if there's no other young players that are star around them. They would be gone by now if they were a star, which kind of would be cheating if you ask me. And then even though he is normal dev, I guess... Oh, crap, I didn't even pay attention to strength. Were the guys we took even 90 strength? I might have just cheated on accident. Oh, come on, Shaq, you bot. Trent Brown, obviously, 90 strength. I can't believe Shaq's only 87 strength. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to get those interior guys with high strength anyways, but... Andrew Voorhees. I lied to myself. I just got into it, and I just completely forgot that we had to go strength, which, to be fair... It's really not, man. I mean, right... Okay, so we're going to allow it. We're going to bend the rules a little bit. The right guard position doesn't even have 90 strength, so, that's fair enough. We're going to allow it. Clay Webb is 69 overall. I guess that's going to be one of our options. We'll finish the line with that. I don't care. It is what it is. But with that, I suppose we're just going to finish up the class, which we're pretty much done with anyways. We just need a linebacker and a DT, I think. Linebacker, DT, and then I guess you could use some backups, so you don't really need that. Linebacker, DT, and it's a team. All right, one of the middle linebackers, of course, the man, the franchise guy himself, Nick Dean. And then we have Jahad Campbell, who's actually really lowly rated here, which is kind of insane, but he's fast, so that'll be who we take. And then the final position of need, defensive tackle, Mason Graham. If we grab him, he's going to be normal dev, which I'm not really against. He's still the best option, even at normal dev, which is fair because, I mean, he's normal. We're playing him how it lies. Except for that strength is really bad. Damn. Got too many people making classes out here that just go way too hard on the bench press reps. And get it. I get it. It's a long process. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, let me look at a couple hours of film on every single player. But at the same time, I'd use a little bit of common sense. Do we think Mason Graham is going where he's going with only 78 strength at defensive tackle? Like, that's just not, that's just not real, right? Like, you just aren't strong enough to play at that point. But yeah, at this point, we're going to go back up, so you'll see the roster when we're done. But Omarion Hampton, even as normal dev, is absolutely worth the value. Jeromepkr is still there. I mean, again, normal dev, I'm fine with starting these guys. I don't really care. We have Colston Loveland still there. Mason Taylor is probably a better option for me. But you know what? Show the Bears a little bit of love here. A little bit of Loveland. Hey, there you go. And everyone's like, no, there is not where you go. Put that back. Put it away. In honor of the coach name. Take it back to the carpet. What a movie. A guy that we never use properly, Adonai Mitchell. That should be our wide receivers. The rest, doesn't matter. All right, we're back with another question. We're going to be asking ChatGPT which playbooks we should use now. Oh my God, that went zoomy. All right, yes. Let's just get it going. Best offensive defensive schemes. Offensive scheme. Vertical zone. Seemingly is their number one. Yes, but which one? Niners. Chiefs is up there, though. Okay, you don't need to show me every single thing. 4-3, okay. I like 4-3. What do you got for 4-3? Come on, give me Bills. Niners again. Man, they just want me to be the Niners, huh? All right. Maybe I go a little bit more in depth because they are basically like just giving me everything. Or maybe I can choose from this one based on what we got. Let's see. I think we're going to go Bengals Niners defense. Just based on what I'm seeing here, I think that's the one I like the most. I think it's the most fair. And here is the team for year number 1. This is basically what AI told us to do. 82 overall. It's pretty young. There's still some flaws, right? You could use a left guard. You could technically use a center. Trent Brown's not going to be here this whole time, I don't think. Wide receiver, you got some normal devs, but it's a good-looking team, I think. And then defensively looking at, it's pretty balanced, right? We're a little bit better on offense than defense. We still have a lot of good players on defense, right? We'll see if Jahad Campbell and maybe Nakobe Dean go up in dev. Same with Graham, but it looks good. It's decently young. You got a couple of star players, like actual star, you know what I mean? Like Will Anderson's a star, and Love's kind of a star, and I guess Harrison's sort of a star because he's an X Factor. But, yeah, we don't really have a lot of star power, but we have enough. Couple of cornerstone pieces to hopefully elevate each side. But, yeah, I mean, you compare this to the Saints. We're technically an 82 overall, which is the exact as the Saints, which I imagine they're not as young as us. So, not bad. I also asked ChatGPT about sliders, but I think it's pulling more like actual playing sliders because most of the sliders, they actually say to drop to like 90%, which for offensive linemen, that you'll never develop a lineman that way. And of course, for our rebuilds, we do a little bit differently. We like to see the players develop within a 5-year span. So they might be quite a bit higher than they probably should be. But at the same time, there's some players that just never develop at all because, they just don't have a good rookie year. But we're going to probably do around 130, I think, for every position, except for O-line, which is always at least 150. Oh, wow, we already got to pay some players, huh? That's kind of crazy. Now, for some of this stuff, I don't think there's a point to ask ChatGPT for 2 reasons. One, I need the team, I need to be, possible. I need the rebuild to actually be doable. So I need to be able to re-sign some of these players. But more importantly, the way AI works, it's very safe, right? Usually it gives you like well, yeah, I mean, chocolate pudding's pretty good, but, there are people that like vanilla as well. It kind of gives you the playing both sides, so it can't really be wrong kind of situation. So the main stuff you need is like, okay, there is 20 options. I need you to pick some. That kind of stuff, drafting, I think, is the main one. Free agent signings, should we sign them? Maybe. But re-signings, obviously, if it says anything but to re-sign these guys, especially the ones that are, very good value, it would just be stupid, and it's kind of pointless, right? So let's make the rebuild at least doable, have a little bit of fun on top of it, but we'll make it doable. We grab those 2 guys. But if we're at like a crossroads, then we'll ask, right? You're like, I don't know, should I pay this guy? Then we'll do it. But yeah, some pretty nice contracts here, especially, man, Worry. Colson Loveland, I can't, dude. 3 or 22 is a lot. Ransaw, I think the value is actually there for a 5-year deal. So 5-year 15, $3 million per, which is insane. I mean, a lot of the veterans you try to sign will ask for that. So, even though they're backup level, Dorian Strong gets a contract. Maybe some of these other backups get a contract, but we took care at least of year one's re-signings. So not an awful season, but I do not think we're going to be making the playoffs here, and we will. I said, and we will make it. Okay, we actually made. Oh, we had the Niners. That's why. The Niners are the number 7 seed, and we beat them to steal their spot in the playoffs. Wow. Look at the NFC North, really weak stuff. But let's look at this standings. Oh, Jordan Love. Okay, so the Bengals offense is not bad. But looking at the regular season, some win-loss, a lot of that kind of stuff going on. We won 3 of the last 4, clutching up in the division. The Niners specifically, oh, that's tough. Stealing their spot right in front of them like that, oof. It's tough. Jordan Love, though, 40 touchdowns, 11 picks, 4,500 yards. A-Chain, though, run game, horrible. Touchdowns weren't bad, but everything else kind of bad. Marvin Harrison Jr., forgot he's still technically a rookie. Might still lose Offensive Rookie of the Year to Golden or some other player because 3 touchdowns definitely outweighs 300 yards in game, in my opinion. I think it does. In real life, probably not. In game, definitely. McMillan, really good. I guess to be fair, Golden was the slot guy. Pitts, number, 765. I could go to Superstar Dev. I like this scheme right now. I like how it looks. O-line, I mean, I've seen worse. I've also seen better. Shaq Mason giving up 8 sacks as a center is terrible. Will Anderson, 15 sacks. Again, in the Niners defensive scheme. Kobe Turner, 7. 4 for Nakobe Dean. 4 for Robinson. Not our best work outside of Anderson. Turner's okay, but Anderson was obviously the supreme guy. Arnold gets 2 picks, a couple of picks. Nothing really going on takeaway-wise. Cardi, pretty good for a rookie. Punting, pretty good for a rookie. Kick return, punt return game, no touchdowns, but we made the playoffs in year 1 as a 9-8 team. That's not bad. Jalen Hurts with the Rams wins MVP. Was, Jordan Love, number 4. I want to say, was he on the list? He was. Any award wins? We had Defensive Player of the Year, number 2. Oh, no. He should still win D-line of the year, though, because TJ Watt's not a D-lineman. He's a linebacker. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Marvin Harrison Jr. That sucks. I would have obviously rather had go to Golden because Harrison's already an X Factor, but he should be like damn near 90 overall, even with 130 sliders instead of 140, 150. McMillan at number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year, number 6 for Arnold, and number 8 for Chop Robinson. Best QB, number 3, so Pro Bowl for Love. I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed he goes to Superstar. Running back, Noah. Wide receiver at 6 and 8. O-line, no. Best D-line, number 1. There you go. Superstar Dev automatically for Anderson. No to linebacker. No to DB. Kicker at 6. In the playoffs, though. Didn't expect it, especially since the way it started, but that's fine, and that's fine by me. Eagles, not an easy team to beat, but we are actually comparable overall-wise already. Here we go to the end of the game. Philadelphia 7-0. Still 7-0. 7-7. Hey, we answered back. I was kind of expecting this game to be a complete blowout, which there's still time. 17-7 at halftime. Huge touchdown. It's a 3-point game. Back down by 10. And I don't know. 21 of 24. We got a chance. 3rd and 7. No stop. Got to get a stop. Otherwise, it's over. 3rd and 1. This is realistically it. Got to run command. Lamar Jackson on the freaking Eagles. That would be insane to watch. A part of me wants to see it, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd be able to handle that. Oh, what a good read option. But we read it. We get the stop, and the team has a chance here. I can't pause the sim. The team has a chance here to win the game. Go for the field goal. Clock will be draining. Clock is moving. I mean, you can see here the clock is gone. If it's moving, we lose. If it's not, we're going to need Matthew Golden to come alive here, I think. Oh, they're out there. Going to have to force it anyways. It's a really good throw. Almost picked off the deflection. Throw power just lacking a little bit too much on that. Problem with wheels here is it's really hard to get someone out of bounds on this play. You would think it wouldn't be, but it is. And we try to throw it to Golden because he was the one guy I could have got out of bounds with for a big play. Screen pass, I think, is going to be our best option here. Gives us a chance to gain some yards, and then, of course, gives us a chance to get out of bounds. Got a lot of space there, though. I don't know about it. We're looking pretty good. We should be able to get out there, and wow! Okay, EA, let's watch this one back. He just animation canceled, dude. On the ground, this is a knockdown on your ass animation. And he stops falling down and grabs us. Oh, my God. I mean, I had to say close enough, otherwise he outruns the tackle. And then, you can see here, we try to run away. Wow. Well, that's going to be it. Obviously, we're not going to get to the line in time. We lose 27-21. Not a bad start, though, for this rebuild, right? Year one. Didn't even think we were going to make the playoffs. We went 9-8, barely snuck in, and gave the Eagles a run for their money. I mean, this is probably a team, especially with Lamar Jackson, that's going to go all the way. And Jordan Love and company were actually really good. I mean, Jordan Love actually outplayed Lamar Jackson. I mean, that's kind of insane, actually. Receivers, Harrison, Golden, McMillan were solid. London was pretty good. Let's take a look at the defense now. Sacks, Jalen Walker got a sack on us, but Chop Robinson with a sack for them. Seen a couple of guys in there, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Drake London, two guys that we had a choice of taking. We took one. The other did really well in this one, but both did well. Even with the defensive players like Chop Robinson and Jalen Walker, both did well. So say what you will, but we made the right call and not the wrong call, I suppose. It's about the same. Right, wrong, doesn't matter. They're both good. And like we said, the Eagles will make it all the way to the Super Bowl. So say what you will, but we lost to a potential Super Bowl champion in our first year of being one of the worst teams in the entire league. Longevity-wise, long-term-wise, we probably will be one of the best, yeah, but right now, no. And the Eagles do win. So, I mean, we gave it a run for our money, their money, and we gave it our all and just came up short, unfortunately. Looking at our dev-ups, wow! 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns for a rookie isn't good enough to go to star. Damn, I am surprised. I thought guaranteed star dev. Yeah, that loss of Rookie of the Year is way worse than I thought it was. Pitts also doesn't go up in dev. Jordan Love does, which is cool, but it's still not like that big of a deal. He was already a pretty damn good overall as is. Taking a look at the defense now. Will Anderson goes to superstar. And then Jahad Campbell goes to star. I'm telling you, dude, I really, truly think you need 140, 150 XP sliders. I mean, a lot of these guys had really good seasons. Good enough to go up in dev. Yet they barely went up in overall. Jahad Campbell was a low overall player. Good enough to go to star. Still only a 75 overall. And just think, once, his rookie year's over here, it's going to be even worse. I mean, I get it. You want a balanced situation where not everyone's a 90+, but if you win Rookie of the Year in a Madden rebuild and you don't have dev regression on, which you probably shouldn't because dev regression is so busted, you probably should become a 90 overall within 5 years because you're Rookie of the Year. You're one of the best. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You might have adjusted some things, but year one, technically in the books, you got some storylines we'll take care of, and then head to the offseason where we'll definitely have the AI helping us draft. But as far as free agency goes, I'm not sure how that's going to work because I don't want them to spend all of our money. I'm also not really sure why, but they mock draft us to take a safety. I'm not sure. Maybe a strong safety I can argue because Eman Warrior is not the best of overalls, but as far as a free safety goes, we have probably a top 15. And then again, looking at the negotiations, I mean, you can maybe make an argument for Trevin Wallace, but I think we're fine. I'd probably rather have mentor types there for now. Trevin Wallace, man, 2 year 6 is so cheap. I'll do a 2 year 6. I think we'll have plenty of money to at least not need the $3 million next 2 years. Let's go to free agency, though. Are we going to have ChatGPT make a play for us? We got Ashton Genty, Javon Hargrave. I mean, there's really not a player we would want. So, yeah, I don't know. Not sure. What are we looking at for Ashton Genty? How old, $9 million per. I just don't need these guys, though. So I'm just not going to take them. So we're just not going to have chat do anything. We'll take a look at positional needs, though, and see which order ChatGPT thinks we should go. And I'm gonna start just saying AI, because I'm starting to get annoyed saying that name. But we do need 2 linemen. We do sort of need a wide receiver. I think we're fine, though. But we'll put it on the list just to make things spicy. And then linebacker DT, maybe the needs. All right, we have the question loaded up. Let's see how they think we should draft. Drafting positions in the right holes. Draft order priority. Left guard. Wide receiver first. Okay, wide receivers make an immediate impact, especially in sim and gameplay. Most rookie classes have 1 to 2 wide receivers with superstar / X factor. Started wide receivers develop fast, especially in spread / vertical schemes. Then they say DT. Then they say linebacker. Then they say left guard. Then they say center. They're not wrong about the depth, though. You do have a lot of prospects in the 3 to 4 range. Problem is, I don't have that many draft picks. You gave me 3 guys to take before that. Oh, Lord, I should never have asked for wide receiver. So I'm not exactly sure why I decided to let the AI choose which positions we were going to draft. And also, worse than that, why we even put wide receiver on the list. We do have a couple of guys here that look decent, especially Benji Terry, but he is on the slower side because we already got some decent wide receivers. We need a DT more, sort of. We absolutely need some more linemen. And then our linebacker room could be better. I suppose, though, the team as it stands right now looks good. So, technically, we don't need a single person, but it would be nice to improve the O-line a little bit. Let's go to 21, though, and I think if Benji's there, you probably take him. I also don't think he's worth trading up for, though, so we're not going to be doing anything like that. But it technically, we could trade all of our picks down to the third round, and technically we'd get away with it, because we didn't say when we have to take these players, just that we do have to take these positions. So maybe a little bit of a loophole, maybe a little, against the nature of the game, the goodwill of the game. But it probably doesn't matter here because I'm just going to take Benji Terry anyways. The guy looks pretty good. Hopefully he's hitting if he is. Makes it number 2. Makes it number 2. Makes for a good number 2 right away. And nope, it's another normal dev wide receiver added to the damn roster. Fantastic. And then for DT, we only have 2 options, and they're both nose tackle types. This guy does look all right. 400 pounds, 43 reps, but oh no. What do I do here? I think I'm going to actually cheese it. I think I'm going to trade into the third round and take that day 3. I honestly don't know what else. Well, maybe we don't have to. We can maybe move to the Broncos pick here. See if we can still take someone here in the second round. That Milner guy is going to be gone. If he's not, though, I'm just going to take him. I don't even need him. He goes to the freaking Panthers. I don't even need him, but at the same time, I got to get a DT. The rules are rules. Early third from the Texans. Pick 10. Hoping that linebacker's still there because we would like to trade up for him. Once again, I don't think we technically need anybody, but why not try to improve when we can? So a little bit of a reach here with Westbrook. Then we're going to trade up for McConnell, and then maybe we finally get that damn line we've been looking for. 74 overall for Westbrook is hidden dev. Give him some credit. I don't know if I'm going to actually start him because he is kind of the wrong scheme, but it is intriguing. Let's move to the Falcons. We kept 21 this year by trading a 4th, 2 5ths this, and a 4th next year. I'm not even sure we're going to actually get to this center position, but I suppose we don't absolutely have to make those picks. It's just kind of what we said we were going to do. But with this pick, we got our DT. We are now moving on to linebacker. This guy looks really good. Like, really good. Colin McConnell, 22 talent, hidden dev. I think he's kind of has to start, right? Because I think Nakobe might still be normal dev. But let's see if there's any O-linemen. We need a left guard. There's only one left guard. It's LaMichael Crawford, who isn't even that great, but one of the only options I really even had here. Looks like a decent finesse blocker. Maybe he's a tackle in the future. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if I like this whole AI gets to kind of choose everything situation we got going on here. We make our trade up. We also grab a 6th-round pick just so I can grab a center. I don't think I'm going to be able to make a trade to go again in this 3rd round for that other center we have there. But LaMichael Crawford's going to be the choice, sadly, because I think the center's better. In what universe is he 15 true? I'm thinking, somewhere in the 70s. Maybe you get like a 71, 72 overall, like, hidden dev. He's 15 true talent, unless the class is just that bad. But here in the 6th round, we're going to just force some sort of center, just to say we drafted the 5 positions we asked for. Only day 3 we have left. Let's grab him. 284 true talent. Yikers. All right, draft recap. What are we cooking with? Not gas, I'll tell you that much. We did get 3 good players. Just Benji Terry, the one we wanted the highest of. We basically got Michael Wilson here, fittingly enough. Or maybe technically like a Treylon Burks. Very similar to Treylon Burks, actually. Benji Terry. He's a rookie. I think I have to start him. We drafted him in the 1st round after all. And then we have PJ Westbrook, 72 overall, hidden. Insanely raw. I just don't see how he can start. He could be a superstar. It doesn't really change much. We just have a good depth guy, which he is, ironically enough, a superstar. It's just, what can I do with that? He has no pass rush ability. This is a 4-3 after all. Colin McConnell, insanely athletic, great zone, great block shed for, linebacker ratings at least. Not good at man coverage, but what is the dev? Superstar as well. It is not. It's star dev. And then we'll look at the guard, I suppose. 75 overall. I really did not expect this. I expected it to be, maybe a potential tackle pick, but he will be our starting left guard as we did not have a hidden at that spot. I'm happy with it. Good draft picks, I think. And then curious about Milner. 400 pounds. Great strength. Power moves solid. Speed could be worse at 400, I'll tell you that much. Our guy was Superstar. If this guy's in Superstar, our guy's is better than. And he is. Damn, that's a really good draft pick then. All right, here is the roster for year number 2. Terry's a normal dev. I don't love it, but this is the AI decision-making playing its factor here. Terry 74 overall. If he wins Rookie of the Year, though, he does kind of get that extra bonus on the rest, right? Like Golden, he's far behind right now because Marvin Harrison Jr. stole the Rookie of the Year award win on him. If he didn't, we'd have 2 really, really good wide receivers right now. We wouldn't even have Terry because I wouldn't have put wide receiver as a need, but technically it sort of is. 79 is your 2, 81 is your 3. That's kind of how the lineup needed to be, right, based on size. So there was technically wide receiver need. And then defensively, everyone but Graham is at least star development trait. I had a feeling when it's at QB breakout, we were going to get a freebie. Jordan Love is now an X factor. And here we are, $139 million. Re-signings halfway through the season. Anderson, yes. A-Chain, yes. Pooney, I think so. Campbell, that I'm not sure. Golden, yes. And everyone else, even potentially Trent Brown, no. But we'll see. Trent Brown's a 1-year. Special teamers, yeah, for sure. Let's see how much money we have left over after all these signings. Hopefully a lot. I even gave Jahad Campbell a 7-year 78. A-Chain doesn't accept just yet, but we kept pretty much everyone. Trent Brown, since it's only a 1 year, we will try to pay this, even if it's a little over what we wanted to, just because we don't have anyone else to pay just yet. It's a 1 year. We can deal with it. If it was like a 3-year, okay, maybe you got to worry about it a little bit. But for right now, we're fine. We'll get the special teamers and we'll be safe. All right, definitely not as close of a call for the playoffs as it was last year. Might even be, question mark, good enough for a bye week. It is, potentially, but it actually wasn't. The Eagles, the number 1 seed. We're not even the number 2 seed. The Bears with the 13-4 season. The Packers taking on a team that could have made it harder on them. We could have been the number 2 seed, but no, the Packers just decided to let the Bears win the division. What the heck? Are you even the real Packers at this rate? How are you letting that happen? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Either way, we do make the playoffs with a pretty damn impressive 12-5 season. Let's take a look at the stats and awards. Of course, Packers scheme very good in sim. Jordan Love, speaking of, 34 touchdowns, 9 picks, 4,400 yards. Definitely a worse season last year. Rushing, though, not even worse than last year, but overall, just disappointing nonetheless. Harrison, good. Terry, pretty damn good. Hopefully, Rookie of the Year. Golden, good. Pitts, meh. It's okay. Blocking, good for Madden, I suppose. Will Anderson, killing it. Robinson, 9, okay, fair enough. DT's definitely a little lackluster, especially Graham. Picks, got a couple here and there. Kicking, not the best work. A lot of block kicks. Crawshaw, good. And then, of course, the award wins. Please, Terry, make it where it wasn't a wasted pick. Jalen Hurts at back-to-back MVPs, mind you. Please, don't ask for much. Yay, Terry. Hopefully, superstar dead. That'd be insane. Defense Rookie of the Year, number 2. That kind of sucks. Quarterback at 4. Running back at no because of the touchdowns. Yes, yards aren't great either. Terry at 5 in general for wide receiver. O-line at 9. D-line at 6. Linebacker at 4. DB at no. Kicker at no. But another playoff berth. This time we're at home. And we're taking on the Green Bay Packers, which the Cardinals have, in the playoffs, kind of gotten the one-up on the Packers most of the time. All I know as a Packers fan is I hate Larry Fitzgerald because I like Larry Fitzgerald, okay? I don't know what to tell you. What a fun wide receiver to watch, but man, do I hate him. That guy, there's always so much, it seemed like, not animosity, but, admiration between him and Rodgers, and it was maybe the Packers will go for him one day. It's yeah, the Cardinals aren't going to let that happen, believe it or not. As, here we are, winning by 7, no longer winning by 7. Some pretty good playoff games between the two teams, I got to say, though. So I respect it. I might hate it, but I respect it. Oh, from the 2, could be a safety. They get out, and with that conversion, we'll hold on. I can't believe the Packers punted there. What a decision. Type of decision-making that, led to Rodgers only winning 1 ring. And some of the choking as well. Jordan Love, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Not really a great performance from him with that, the interception, the low completion percentage, sort of. But it's not bad, I suppose. Baker Mayfield, superstar dev, could have had him, didn't, take him, and I think it was a smart move because, Love continues to go up, whereas Baker, I imagine, is going down. Running backs, neither were good. Receiver, and, of course, Marvin Harrison Jr., great. Rashee Rice, very good. Terry, not bad. Downs, not bad. Pitts had a touchdown. Lockley gave up 3 sacks. Leo Chanel did not get a sack, actually. I don't know why I thought he did. But 2 to Chop Robinson, 1.5 for Mack, 1 for Graham, 1 for Campbell, 1/2 for Kellum, and a pick for Still, another guy that we were talking about potentially drafting, as we do win a playoff game. Not bad, all right? We at least got on the board of the playoff win. The Cardinals and Sim aren't usually a team that wins often, probably more based on the scheme and, not a whole lot of talent situation compared to the rest of the league, but hey, at least it's not completely rigged against us, because the Packers scheme, once again, in Madden is insane. Of course, the Bears, they won the division, and they are the team we have to take on. We're on the road already. I guess that's kind of how it works if, they win. But 88 overall. They are not a slouch team. Quarterback is not on the page, but Micah Parsons, that's a problem. I'm curious who their quarterback is, though. Are we actually going to see it or no? Usually they show you a little something, no? It's just field goal and whoever score. I guess if they score a touchdown. We get a touchdown, speaking of. Second half. It's 10-all still. I mean, I feel like we're doing better, but it's not really showing up. What a punt, by the way. He just punted like 1 billion yards. We're up by 7 still, but the Bears are driving, and this is looking like overtime or a loss. Can't believe we didn't okay, we're just not going to call a timeout, brother. The clock is running. I can't even call a timeout still. Oh my God. They're at the 44-yard line with 3 timeouts, and they're not calling timeouts. Excuse me, EA. What are we doing? It's just Drake May is their QB. It's just constantly, dude. It's always something. Especially the management of the game. It is so bad. It is unbelievable. The management of the game. The AI always blows pre-half and end of game situations. I mean, even there, you have 15 seconds over the 15-minute mark. I don't think that's how it works, right? I can't really fully recall, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. We get the stop, and even though we didn't really do much before the game was over, we do win in overtime with a field goal, 20-17. Our kicker got blocked so many times, you never know if he's going to get that thing up, let alone if it was going to be on target. Jordan Love, a very efficient game. Touchdowns were low, but very efficient. Did have one on the ground, so equal scoring from both guys, technically. Terry was solid. Pitts was solid. Everyone else a little disappointing. Colston Loveland made his way over to the Bears, which is kind of crazy, right? For him to be, a guy we let go, and then more importantly, the real-life Bear, obviously. Parsons with 1.5, Tranquil with 1, Tomlinson 1. Wow, they had some sacks. I mean, I suppose we did too, but a lot of sacking between these two two teams on each other's quarterbacks. Surprised Jordan Love could handle it. 89% completion percentage while getting freaking pummeled all game long. It seems impressive as we're moving on. We're taking on somebody in the championship round. It's going to be a year 2 Super Bowl win, potentially. Of course, when you have ChatGPT deciding, positions for you, it kind of makes sense, right? They're going to go QB, so as long as you didn't get screwed out, I don't know when Jordan Love goes, but, I mean, the worst-case scenario would have had one of the real-life QBs or, Caleb Williams or something like that from this latest class. Saints do win. Of course, all the teams are all over the place, so it kind of doesn't matter, but it is the Saints scheme nonetheless. The Saints, they had to beat the Rams. They did so by 6. Then they had to beat the Eagles. They did so by 9. Actually pretty impressive. And then, of course, they had to take on us. And then the other side, it's Colts-Jets. Wow. I mean, Saints, Cardinals, Colts-Jets. That is a championship round I can get behind for sure. That is like a dream come true. A breath of fresh air we've all been gasping for. That sounded kind of poetic, right? Hyping myself up for something super mid, huh? They got Anthony Richardson. While he might be very inaccurate in real life, it seems. In Madden, he's pretty good. 9-7, 16-7, 16-10. Huge drive before half. It's 23-10, 31-10, 31-17, 38-17, and I think we are winning the championship round going on to the Super Bowl. Impressive. I'm surprised year 2 is the one. Especially, I mean, Jordan Love, what a game, by the way. But especially with, like, a normal dev, at least throughout the season. We're about to change in a moment here. Wow, what a performance from those 2 wide receivers, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Golden. But, you know, normal dev, wide receiver 2. I mean, it worked out, seemingly. Fair enough. Damn, unbelievable. I think we missed an extra point there. But 45 points. What a game. As we're going to be heading to the Super Bowl where, like I said, we might have that year 2 in us, which means we obviously do 2 more years after. But yeah, I'm not really sure how I make this challenge a little bit tougher. Like, do I say, like, which position should I draft but not quarterback, or which position should I draft randomized? I don't know if they would actually do that or not, but I did not mean to do that. Let's go on to the Super Bowl. It's probably going to be, we have the Colts and Jets. I was about to say it's probably going to be the Chiefs, but no, we actually seen this already. It is the Jets. It's not really, like, unless Rodgers is there, not really anything special with this matchup, but we'll have to take a look in a moment. But let's take a look at the dev-ups, if we had any. Should see Terry go up at least once. You need to do 82 overall star. Okay. Golden definitely is better, but we got ourselves a good trio of wide receivers, arguably a good quad. Very good deep route, very good release, catchings through the roof, but short and medium for a slower 6'2 wide receiver being low. It's pretty brain dead. It's pretty stupid, if you ask me. And then we move on to the defensive side of the ball where, I don't know, I don't think there's anyone went up in dev, not even Mason Graham, who's still normal, mind you. But we won all these games to get here. Let's take a look at how the Jets got here, and we'll go in and see if we won ourselves a year 2 Super Bowl or not. The Jets beat the Steelers by 7. The Jets beat the Bills by 3. And then they beat the Colts by 3. So some pretty damn close games, if you ask me, which we've had some moments ourselves, but we just had a real big blowout. So obviously on paper, I'm feeling pretty good about it, but who knows until we actually get in there. Could literally just be a blowout for them in their favor. All right, they do got Josh Allen, Bijan Robinson, DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers is a good overall. I mean, this is not a bad looking team, especially that offense. I don't know what that defense looks like, but let's see it. Josh Allen, Jordan Love. Good start for the Jets, sadly to say. We do get the stop. We get a touchdown back. 7-all. They get a touchdown. It's 14-7. This looks bad for us. The Jets look primed. 21-7. 28-7. 31-34-7. We talked about it could be a blowout, and guess what it was? Oh, lordy no. That is not good. 34-7. I mean, I thought this was our year. And then Jordan Love happened. Oh my God, this offense was garbage. Defense wasn't great, but considering how bad the offense was, I gotta point the finger at the offense being the fault. I mean, we got to a Super Bowl. That's already a massive highlight. That's already almost a solidified. Well, at least it wasn't a failed rebuild, even though we didn't win a Super Bowl. If that actually happens, you kind of have that in the back pocket. Get out of jail free card, if you will. Throw it in there. You don't want to pay 50. You don't want to try to roll those doubles. But yeah. Definitely surprised by that one, but either way, pretty good year 2 nonetheless. Will we even come close to that for the rest of this rebuild? Who freaking knows, but we'll find out. As far as the draft goes, I don't really know what the hell we need. I really don't, but I imagine what we need is going to be second fiddle, because they're going to be like, oh, well, you don't need a lineman. You can get that in the 4th round. It's like, can I, though? Like, genuinely, can I? Because I don't think so. Either way, let's take a look and see if any of our guys retired, which they did. Calais Campbell's one of the actual legitimate players that we kind of care about there. He was a mentor type, but he was a decent overall. He went to like an 85 to DT, by the way, which is ridiculous. But he finally retires, meaning we need a new mentor there. But overall, not really a huge loss. It's not like we're losing like Trent Brown or something. But let's take a look at negotiations. 73 mil, so a little bit more than we would have expected. Not that we needed anyways. We paid everyone, but yeah, cool. And then Taysom's still here, by the way. Then we look at free agency, where, of course, it's a fantasy draft. You're not going to see anything crazy just yet. Maybe next season you start seeing something, but overall, not worth spending money here. Shedeur Sanders if you really need a QB, but outside of that, I don't think you spend money here, personally. All right, here we go. We've got another question loaded up. See what order they want to give us these players. All righty. Prioritize a draft order. They have us with DT in the 1st round, which, to be fair, based on needs, it does make sense, right? Best choice is DT or tackle. Then best choice is tackle or corner. And then in round 3, targets linebacker guard. Did I accidentally keep one of the things in there? Why the hell they got linebacker in there? When did I ask? Genuinely, and then a guard. Based on what they're saying, I guess DT or tackle or corner, linebacker, guard. This one's giving me a little bit more flexibility, which, hey, I'm down. All right, so we're in the draft, and we are at 31, and we got one final defensive tackle type, and he's a big fella, but we have no other choice. Chris Webber's going to be our guy. We're hoping for hidden. If not, we're just hoping for a Rookie of the Year win. 15 true talent. Is Hidden Dev. What a guy. 6'6", 318, by the way. He is a freaking specimen. And now this is the part where we potentially take corner. The corners were really bad, but I'd rather have this corner than a day 3 or later tackle, because all the good tackles are gone. 82 true. Hey! This is not a type of guy I'd probably take. 2 to 3, kind of mid coverage ratings, but this guy's good. 93 speed, 95 excel, hidden dev. Maybe I'm learning now. All right, now, of course, next round, they literally straight up told us it's not either or. It is take a damn linebacker. What are you doing? So we're going to go for a linebacker, which actually happens to only be one, so I need to trade up right now. All right, pick 2 in the 3rd round. We made the trade up. I didn't even show it, actually. We traded like 3 7s, a 5th next year, and then, of course, 81 this. With that, we are going to be taking linebacker Taj Riddick. A lot of question marks, but speed is kind of there, so that's what we're going to take. The other options were very bad. 57 true. Sadly, normal dev. We trade a 3rd round pick this year and McMillan to the Patriots for their 3rd round pick. And with that, we're going to be taking a 23-year-old guard, Trevor Knight. The fact that he's 23, the fact that he's round 1 talent, this is a normal dev, and I'm going to be sad about it. 20 true talent, and no, actually hidden. Fair enough. I was wrong. We drafted a fullback for our final pick. He was kind of, he's okay. But Chris Webber, honestly, this guy could be a 77 overall DT right out the gate. Power move's pretty bad. Block shed's pretty good, though. Super strong, obviously, hidden dev. Not exactly the type of defensive tackle we usually go for, but, I mean, it's a good player. What can I say? 90? Sure, I guess. Star dev. What's that overall looking like? He is 78. I mean, Calais went up really high, too, but I'm still surprised by it. Swede. That's our new number 3 corner, baby. 32, I mean, there's probably some Honey Badger fans out there still, right, I imagine? We'll do 29, I guess. I don't know. I'll probably switch to freaking like, oh yeah, you switch to the greatest of all time. I don't know. Riddick, who cares? Knight, honestly, also, who cares? But I suppose I care a little bit more. 6'4". I mean, this guy's probably our future center, so I'm going to put him at center. Dev, star dev. Would have loved to see superstar. And that's pretty much the draft class. And here's the roster for year number 3. The offensive line could get better, right? Especially at center, which maybe that's what Knight is in the future. But left tackle is getting a little bit lower. But left guard, right tackle, they're great. Wide receivers, pretty damn good. Running back, quarterback, pretty damn good. We need to get, A-chain to 1,000 yards plus, though. As far as defense, there's not really weakness, right? Linebackers, sure. The outsides keep developing. They're young. Can still do that. Safeties look solid. D-line looks pretty solid. I think we're in a pretty damn good spot. We did really well last year. Made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Obviously got destroyed in that game, but I don't see why we can't get right back up there and maybe even win it all this time. Had a pretty good start to the season so far. We got some contracts, though. Oh, Leo Chanel, please. Looking through here, though, it's not the worst I've ever seen, but yeah, Trent Brown's back at it again, wanting some more money. I hate him for it. How dare he want to be paid? Why would you want to be paid? Isn't it just good enough to be wanted? Nate Wiggins got to bump that a little bit. Leo Chanel, he is the middle linebacker. The reason why I put him at the middle linebacker spot is because this would 15.5 would have turned into like, 25.5 if not, and still nobody wants to be here. I mean, we're winning games. We just want, we ran up, runner-up in the Super Bowl. We're having a good start right now, and yet they don't want to be here. Nick Cross, he's going to get a 5-year deal just because he wants to be here. I don't care. He wants to be here. I'm feeling the love. I'm reciprocating, baby. Man, we are really struggling, especially in the division. We lost a bunch of games right near the end, but we should still be a playoff team, barring some crazy turn of events. We do win out there. not win out, but we win the final game there. We're number 3 seed. We actually beat Philadelphia this season when they were 10-0. At that point, I was like, oh, we might actually get the first round bye. Nope. Not even close. That's not even true. We were like 2 games behind, but still. I mean, look at the start, and then you lose, 4 out of the last, what is that, 7? 4 of the last 7. Not great. That's that little span there. Not great. But in the playoffs, nonetheless, we are competitors every single season, even year 1 where we were 9-8. Jordan Love, touchdowns, picks, yards. Picks are a little too high for MVP, but they're all great. It's all solid. A-Chain's scheme is just absolutely bending this guy over. I feel sorry for him. I mean, he is... I don't imagine he sits down comfortably. That's all I'm going to say. Harrison, great. Golden, really good. Should go to star. Terry, very good. I mean, I didn't expect Terry to still play this well. And then Patsy's getting shafted as well, but hey, it is what it is. Center just gave up 13 sacks. Fantastic. I love to see that. Sack total, 17.5 for Anderson. He's killing it. Chop at 7.5. Turner at 7. Not my favorite stuff. Nate Wiggins just paid him a massive contract. Worth it. Looks like he'll go to Superstar with 6 picks. Pretty damn good season. Cardi, 88% on 25 kicks is really good. Punting was amazing. Kick return, punt return, game yards seem a little higher than normal. I don't know if that's good or not. That's probably our defense giving up too many points. Love is number 2 for MVP. It's a hell of a year nonetheless, though. Let's take a look. Any actual award wins. Defensive Player of the Year, number 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year, no. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Swede at 3. Where the hell? Weber was at 9? He was that garbage? Jordan Love, number 3. We got to take a look at what happened there. No running back, obviously. Wide receiver, 3. Great. O-line of 3. Not bad, even though he's a backup. D-line, number 2. Linebacker, no. DB, number 1. Wiggins, automatic dev up, like we said. Holland at 9. Kicker at 3. I got to see, did Swede actually start? Did some funky bull crap happen? That's what I need to know. I did not want Weber to be wasted. He was the starter for me. So if he is not the starter, some funky business went on. I think he did start. He just played like crap. 421. Wait, why is he not playing many snaps? 799 for Turner. I mean, I don't see anyone else. Graham played 4 snaps. What kind of... There's just like 3 down linemen all game long? Maybe, I guess. Either way, we're in the playoffs. We're taking on the Seahawks. We at least lost to them once. I believe we lost to almost every division person once, minimum. Either way, I'm at least sure we lost to them, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go to the end of the game. 7-0, 7-7, 10-7, 10-10. Halftime will remain 10-10. Surprised. 17-10 for our start. 24-10. 24-17. 24-24. Huge drive with a touchdown, and we will win the game going on to the divisional round. There was a little bit of a streakiness going on from both sides. Jordan Love got outplayed by Bryce, in my opinion. Although we did have 3 rushing touchdowns, so maybe not. Maybe not, actually. The passer rating might have actually told the full story. Both the wide receiver ones, if you want, at least in this game. Pretty much the exact same performance. Evans just did it on 1 catch less. A.J. Brown and Evans, that's a pretty damn good duo. Looking at the defense, a sack for Anderson, Chop Robinson, and on the other side, Nolan Andrews, Shamar Turner, and Kevin Byard with sacks. No picks, clean kicks. We're moving on to the divisional round. There was a rhyme joke set up there, and I just wasn't willing to lay it down. I'll just be real with you. I wasn't. And you have the Eagles. We beat them once. Hopefully we can beat them again. Higher overall by 3. End of the game. How we looking? Eagles do score 7 first. They stop us. We stop them. We drive down for 7. We get a field goal, 10-7. Not bad. Defense is picking it up. 10-point lead. Eagles get 7, though. It is, okay, back to 10-point lead after that. That touchdown could put it away. 16-point game. They don't get the 2-point. And we get a little bit of revenge on the Eagles. Moving on to the championship round. I can't remember who we actually beat to make it to the Super Bowl last year, but I know the year before that we got kind of mollied. Jordan Love, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Hubbard, okay. Rushing numbers pretty bad. Harrison, 2 touchdowns, 120 yards. Trey McBride, interesting name drop. Terry, 77 yards. Golden, 58. Looking at the sacks. Will Anderson Jr. killing it. Nakobe Dean with a sack. Rousseau with a sack. Robinson with a sack. Half for Eman Worry. No picks, clean kick. No, we actually missed an extra point. Clean kicks outside of that extra point, and we are moving on to the championship round. I mean, as far as the NFC goes, beating the Eagles, it kind of sets you up to win it all. At least, you know, going through for the NFC side. Let's go to the championship round, see how we're looking. Saints, seen this team a couple of times now, man. 14-3. You got a good team. Are they as good as us, though? Like, technically, I don't think there actually is a team as good as us, because our overall is really high. But as far as on the field goes, I mean, this Saints team sure as hell looks good enough. It's a 7-point game. Second half, I mean, defense, they're getting beat, but the offense is doing basically nothing. It is 24-all now. Looks like we got to stop. No, they're driving down 3rd-15. We get the stop. 4th and 7 punt. 4 minutes left, but a pick by Jordan Love. It's the playoffs. I mean, what is Jordan Love supposed to do? Make smart decisions. Of course, you can see here the clock. Not our friend, even though we have all the timeouts in the world to befriend it. See if we can deliver something. A-Chain is going to set something up here. It's going to be setting up a first down. I can't believe that, actually. I don't want to play this drive for them, but I know, A, they're going to either run out of time before the field goal, or B, completely play for the field goal, which, yes, that's fine. You can. But don't just throw away a chance at a touchdown when you have all the timeouts in the world like this, as A-Chain just showing off all the speed in the world, gets out of bounds to the 28 for number 28. And, I mean, again, you can see the suggestions, all run plays and short stuff. I know this audible pretty well, so that's why I went with that run, even though we have no intention of running it. We'll take something short there. And do we get stuck in bounds because A-Chain couldn't move his ass? That's insanity. Like, please, clock is running hard here. Marvin, that ball is terrible, but there was a chance there. Back to the screen pass. It'd be nice to just get a touchdown instead of having to go to overtime, but I don't know if they're going to allow it. We get the throw off. And we're just going to use that speed. We got timeout, so there's no point not to stay in bounds here. Their suggestions still run the ball from the 14-yard line. Have a chance to avoid overtime, and they say no, 14-yard line. Don't risk it. We'll see. Maybe they're the right ones. Pitts, touchdown. They're wrong. They're deadly wrong, and I know he's wearing 84. It be what it be. Yeah, that was a pretty damn good drive from us, I can't lie. We're not guaranteed by any means. If you watch any of the rebuilds, you'll see time and time again, us choking, us failing, something going wrong. We're not guaranteed by any means to actually clutch up, but we definitely did here. And that will send us to the Super Bowl. I don't really care how we get there. If I have to play some snaps, I have to play some snaps. Jordan Love, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Anthony Richardson, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. A-Chain, 2 touchdowns. Anthony Richardson with a touchdown. Chenault, 10 for 100. That looks so clean. It's just perfect across the board. Harrison Golden, A-Chain, Pitts. Pretty much everyone but Terry, who did have a touchdown, so he makes up for the lack of yardage, was involved. Williams cooked the hell out of Shaq, dude. Shaq Mason is garbage. We need a replacement. Williams 3, 2 from Adebike. Although, if we win this Super Bowl, there's an argument to be made that we won't do any more seasons. Well, especially how much yap there was in that fantasy draft. It's already a pretty damn long one. So, if it's at an hour and we're in 3 years, win a Super Bowl, maybe it's just a perfect cutoff. We'll see. I do like to do at least 4. 4 is the magic number, but at this point we would have to do 5, and I don't want the video to be too long. What the hell just happened? Did it just not, register? I swear I clicked sim and it just nothing happened. Got the Colts. Colts and Jets again, by the way. Actually, it was Saints and... It was literally the same conference matchups again, no? Well, let's take a look at how they got here. I mean, what the hell is going on here? Colts obviously winning this time over the Jets anyways. Colts beat the Texans by 2. They beat the Steelers by 4. They beat the Jets by 3. So some very close performances here. Kind of similar to the Jets last year, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if this Cardinals team can do it. We have dev up for Matthew Golden. There you go. Finally a dev up. Kind of expected, to be fair, but you just never know. You really don't. Short route's pretty bad, but everything else is great. Super speedy, good catching, great route running from medium and deep. Then we look at the defensive side of the ball where things are different. We would have had 3 dev ups. Holland, I think, was one of them. Right? He was. Then, I believe Jahad Campbell was one of them. 82 overall. Wish his overall was a little higher, but that's fine. Dev a superstar. And then, of course, with the 6 interceptions, as expected, Nate Wiggins, after that contract, the big contract extension, goes to superstar Dev. Boom. Looking great. Could it be our year? I mean, we're pretty damn good high overall, but we thought last year was our year and we got smoked, so let's see it. In 92 overall versus their 87. Again, we got smoked last Super Bowl. Can we not get smoked this time? We seemingly turned the ball over. We're getting smoked again in the Super Bowl. 14-3. Huge touchdown there. Okay, it's not over. 14-10, second half. 21-10. 28-10. 28-17. 28-25. Oh, we're clutching up. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We get the touchdown. It's a 4-point game. 2 minutes left. Defense not going to make the stop from the 5. I mean, this game is looking bad. Clock is running. I mean, this looks like we have no time left. They're going to score. Oh, we're late as hell on that. And all right, 3-point game. A lot of time left with those timeouts, but can we make it happen? Like I said, I'd rather the AI do it, but they're going to throw the ball once, complete it for 6 yards, and the game's over with 3 timeouts. You know, they're not going to waste. They're not going to save any timeout. You know, not going to save the clock at all. They're going to just let the timeouts go with them, I guess. And on their turn, Benson, I don't even know who the hell this is. It's a pretty damn good return, actually. To about the 40. We do lose a lot of time, but I guess it was a net positive, sort of. Goal on the post. I mean, you can go across the face of the safety there, potentially. They're going to be on this. And that is risky. Did he catch that? I don't know if they're going to call that out of bounds or not, because, I mean, his shoulder went. Nope, it's not. It's arguable that he even caught it. I don't even think his knees were down. But, hey, they're going to call it a catch. That's a massive. Could actually, once again, score the touchdown instead of tying this up. Hit this, please. Jordan Love, perfect throw! Terry, we played it a little safe to the sideline. Oh, my God, Jordan Love, stop it. We have 2 timeouts. We can run this ball. We can actually run the ball and be safe with it. We're going to try it. There's nobody out there. Oh, my Lord. Great blocking, fellas. Yeah, freaking idiots. Of course, remember, this is, if we need it, field goal time. So, let's be careful with this ball while we're trying to be aggressive. Never mind. Touchdown! Jordan Love hits it. Great rollout. Nobody follows the receivers. I don't know what the hell that's about, but yes, we're going to take the lead with 8 seconds remaining. Pretty decent coverage across the board here, right? Like, you have these 2 guys. I mean, you have a quick throw, but, you know, somebody's going to tackle these guys before the end zone. Still someone's going to tackle them. Back at the end zone, you got that guy sitting on it. And as soon as we come up, he just leaves it for some reason. And there's just nobody there. I mean, what does that guy do? What are all those guys doing? Who knows? Again, we need improvements to the game. And there you have it. Sure, we had to come in and clutch up for the championship round and the Super Bowl, but we've said it before, we are far from clutch. We have definitely sold a lot of games. We'll say lately, though, we have been clutching. We've been doing some pretty damn good things. And I don't know if the actual sliders do import, but our main menu sliders are the same ones from the Chupacabras franchise, which is not favorable to the user, I'll tell you that much. Either way, year 3, we have won the Super Bowl. I'm still debating if I want to do another 2 or not. Really, truly debating it. I don't know. Like, what is the consensus? I know longer the better, a lot of you guys say, but do we do another 2 years? We've already won the Super Bowl. I would say there's like an 80% chance, at least based on the history of our rebuilds, that we don't win another one. And sometimes we don't even get back to the Super Bowl in those last 2. I'm debating it because it is kind of a different type of... It's a challenge rebuild. The challenge was set. It wasn't as big of a challenge as, you know, we maybe thought it was going to be. But we completed the challenge. We won a Super Bowl, so we'll see. I'm probably going to end up editing the first 3 seasons and seeing where we're at from there. And then the whole mood might change, or maybe it will just end there. But we'll see as we clutch up and overcome a pretty bad Jordan Love game. You know, you take away what we did there, it's 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. You know, that's not good. A-Chain, 2 touchdowns. Hampton with 1. So, I mean, there was some rushing touchdowns in there. But, yeah, those interceptions. Terry, 2 touchdowns, 165 yards. What a day. What a day. sacks, 1.5 for Weber, 1 for Robinson, 1 for Anderson, half for Kenny Clark and Bishop, half for Chanel, a pick for Wilson, a pick for Gonzalez. As far as Chanel goes, though, in case we do more seasons, we will have to tag him because he decided, I'd rather play for a different team in free agency than take $18 million per year for 5 years or whatever the hell it was. Really good contract for him. Bad contract for us in terms of trying to keep the team alive, paying off-ball linebackers, but the guy's kind of good. You know, what am I supposed to do? And of course, I suppose we'll show you the win-loss because this is actually an online league, not an offline, so there's no physical way to, like, revert things. It's impossible. Once you go in that game, it counts. Even if you do have to restart because it freezes or whatever, it's going to count. But anyways, I have decided to end it there. We've 3 years, sure, it is short, but with that fantasy draft, it's already a pretty long video, and we completed the challenge. There's not really much more to it. You know, we have a really good team. You can't really improve the team from this, and the worst we're going to lose is Trent Brown, maybe Leo Chanel, but probably not. That tag can't be more than like 20 mil. It's not really much of a loss, whereas other teams might actually lose their players, and it might get even easier for us to win a Super Bowl. But either way, Marvin Harrison Jr., pretty cool, though, that he did end up becoming a Cardinal again here as well. Terry, 86 overall. I really didn't think this was going to be a good pick, but it turned out to be pretty damn good. Clutched up, obviously, in the playoff run, and, you know, whether it's because of him or the way the lineup was, the most balanced trio of wide receivers we had in, how did we go to the defensive side of the ball? This scheme, surprisingly, I just really didn't expect it, but they did well. Golden, obviously, the short route, kind of lackluster short routes, but everything else, obviously amazing. Then we have A-Chain. Very speedy young man, 90 speed, just didn't really do well. Let's take a look at these numbers. Best season was a year ago at 4 yards per carry. Come on, yeah, let's do better than this. In real life, even with some injury-prone stuff going on, he was better. We have injuries off in this one, so you can't make that excuse here. Kyle Pitts, 88 overall, which, honestly, this maybe has opened my eyes that you don't need those XP sliders so high. I usually, like I said, like to see the players, come to fruition, max out early enough so we can see it in case, it's a 4-year Super Bowl or even a 5 years. Pretty short timing in real life, but Crawford, not really good power blocking, but yeah, maybe we can get away with some of the sliders being a little lower. Pooney, do we even care? I don't know why I'm even looking at these guys, but sure, maybe you're a real offensive lineman lever up. Outside of the finesse block there, he's basically perfect, by the way. And then Joe Alt, 92 overall. What's his weakness? Seems to be finesse, actually. Not terrible, but it is still technically, compared to the other ratings, his weakness, if you will. Of course, Javon Holland, clutching up, 89 overall, superstar. I kind of want to actually go back and look at Javon Holland, and then who was the other option we had Marvin Harrison versus Olave, London, all them. I actually am curious. I probably will go look, see what they look like compared to what we did. E-Man Warrior, that block shit is garbage, by the way. What the hell are we doing out here? Safeties, pretty good, though, nonetheless. Then we look at linebackers. Jahad Campbell, 82 overall, but super young. No coverage at all, but ridiculous block shedder. Really good speed and athletic freak. Then we look over at the other outside linebacker, Mr. McDonald. Old McDonald, if you will. Block shed's really good too, but actually has a little bit of coverage. He's not going to get completely torched every single time he drops back into some coverage, which, just to be fair, they're probably all basically backing, dropping back. Leo Chanel, 89 overall, another block shedder. The coverage, run a fast tight end in there, run a shifty running back. You're going to put up 1,000 yards a game against us. We're so bad in coverage and linebacker. Nate Wiggins, great man, solid press. Iffy zone, but he's still young, super athletic. Superstar dev, plenty of time to develop. Then you have Terrion Arnold, who felt like a really slow developer at first, but 86 overall is not bad. Great man, great press. Very good catching, obviously. Speed just enough for, an NFL starter, especially on the boundary side. Good player. Cornerback 3, Swede, we just got him. 75 overall. He's growing. 77 man, 77 press. Not bad. It's not bad at all. And then we, of course, have the D-line. Arguably the star of the show, the defense, but Chop Robinson. Some ups and some downs. I'd be really curious to see how Jalen Walker looked, because, a year ago he was good with 9, and then, dropped back down to 7.5, which I'd love to see double digits consistently, especially when you have Will Anderson, who is not struggling to do that year in and year out. It could just be left end, perhaps. I doubt it, though. But look at these numbers, 15, 13 and a half, 17 and a half. Some very, very impressive numbers there. And then, of course, we have the two DTs, Kobe Turner, who ends up becoming an 88 overall, which is very good. Great block shed, okay power move and finesse, play rec, awareness, all that kind of carrying the team, him a little bit. And then, of course, Weber, 81 overall. Basically, they, didn't even exist his rookie year. Basically just didn't exist at all, not even in the freaking run defense, really, for the most part. Also, didn't really play as many snaps as I would have thought he would have anyways. But, yeah, that's our roster. But I do, like I said, want to see some of these players that we could have had, and we asked AI to choose for us with. So Marvin Harrison Jr. is a 97 overall. Trying to look at some of the other guys. JSN was one of the other guys. He is a superstar. He's like a 93, 94. Drake London is a 91, 92. And then where the hell? Olave is all the way down here at 90. And he is a superstar, unless he just got it, which he didn't. I'm surprised that Marvin Harrison Jr. is that much better than pretty much all of them, though. Really didn't expect that. And then Hufanga, I guess they were right. Holland is arguably the better player. A few overalls higher than Hufanga. Hufanga is not a superstar either, but 91 zone, 89 hit power. I still think that he's better than Holland, but Holland's the better overall, so what can I say about it? But yeah, anyways, that is going to be it for this one. If you guys did enjoy this one, especially since it's a challenge rebuild, a little bit of a different rebuild, really would mean a ton if you leave a like, because it lets me know, hey, I can sprinkle some of them in. Maybe it's not all the time. Maybe it's only like, once every couple of weeks even. At least I know, hey, they're interested in something like that. Like I said, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, Pkr Plays for non-Madden content. You would have seen Oblivion like recently enough, and then probably tomorrow as well. But also the main thing you can do is let me know what you would like to see next from this kind of rebuild. Maybe something involving AI, maybe something in general that's a challenge. Doesn't have to be a fantasy draft, but some sort of challenge, or just a realistic team you want to see, or a 10-year rebuild of a realistic style rebuild team. Anyways, appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully come back for next video. But until next video, see ya. And then, of course, shout out to all the members of the channel. Truly do appreciate you guys a ton. If you're not already a member out there and you're thinking about becoming one, click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. Of course, the kind of big thing, other than supporting the channel, it means a ton, it helps out a ton, is that we do a monthly members only rebuild on the 15th of every month. And then we throw a couple of members kind of stuff in there. I'm not sure what'll happen, but sometimes, usually, pretty much everyone across YouTube, you superstar modes and, Road to Glory. Not everyone does those. And then usually when they do them, they do kind of throw them to the back burner to the side. Maybe that's something we do members only. Maybe it's a different position. Maybe we do like QB is the main, and we do some random quirky one that, is kind of a joke one as like the members only. I'm not 100% sure. It's always a tough, task to balance. It's like, well, I want you guys to feel like you're getting some extra. I also don't want people to feel like you gotta, oh, hey, open up that wallet if you want to see that video, buddy. So it's a tough balance. We'll see what happens. I might just keep it to the random challenge rebuilds. Either way, remember, and I appreciate y'all for watching, and